There's multiple types of efficiencies. There's quantitative efficiency. There's also something I would call poetic efficiency. A poem is extremely efficient in terms of its use of words and the relationship and the meaning that it conveys. So quantitative efficiency can go hand in hand with poetic efficiency, and that happens here. The units are just under 1,000 square feet, and then the garden in the backyard is about 1,000 square feet. We're always trying to find ways to interact socially in different ways so that utilitarian space becomes shared space. Right? It's not just a walkway, it's not just a driveway. The driveway becomes like a courtyard. The driveway becomes a muse, it becomes an interactive space. There's no inch that's unaccounted for. Everything has to fit perfectly. It has to work like a Swiss watch. A good architect of any sort, they trade in complexity. That's what an artist does. Everything is absolutely in its place because it loses meaning if it's too big or too small or a little off in one way or the other. It's got to be precise. Every place I look at, every oblique angle, every place I see something interesting that engages my eye. Interestingly, as I started to study Ain, when this was designed in the post-war era, it wasn't clear that the traditional city was the model for sustainability. It is now. We know that the suburban model is the thing that's killing the planet. And we have to move away from that suburban model and back to the wisdom of aggregated cities. That is abundantly clear. At the time, though, that what we call sustainability today was at the forefront of every architect and urban planner's mind. They were dealing with this and designing modernist buildings with these ideas in mind from the get-go. I like to think that the zigzag plan that is one of the hallmarks of this project, the staggered 5-unit move, that's the single big move of this project that makes it extraordinary. I designed the garden when I moved in here, and I saw that that was also the effective way of doubling my living space. So the composition of the garden is every bit as complex and nuanced as the composition of the interior space. I'll sit out there and pick a corner, and I'll be happy to have my cocktail or my breakfast or my dinner or whatever else with my family, and it's always interesting and beautiful. Do I feel like I'm in a 16-foot square space at all? No, my space is that hill over there, right? And actually, with the shade is up, the space goes to the walkway. It's one thing to kind of objectively learn from something by reading it, studying it, drawing it, whatever. It's another thing to live in it. You have a palpable understanding, something that's moved from rational to intuitive. But then ultimately, does it feel right? Living in a place like this and then altering it has been a very important and useful tool for me as an architect.